quite some time now. Some time now I've not been shooting videos. I've not done a live video either. But just be waiting for some of you to join. Alright, so let's wait for more people to join us. And what are we going to talk about today is what to do with your challenges. What are you going to be doing with your challenges? Because as human, we are prone to go through difficulties in life. But what you do with it, the way you handle it, will determine the outcome that you get. When I say this, people will be like, Kate, what are you talking about? What else will I do with my challenges? Of course, there is something you can do with your challenges. Even this hair I'm putting on, and it was a challenge that led to me putting this on. I wanted an afro hair, African afro hair. I got some disappointments and it didn't work out. So this was the afro kinky, but when it came, it didn't really look like afro though. I've been pulling it to take off the coils, but you know what? It's not getting there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that for another day. So, what do you do with your challenges? And when you say challenges, what do you mean by challenges? Anything that you're going through that's making you uncomfortable, that's bringing you pain, that's bringing you some, you know, some confusion. Anything that you go through that you find challenging, meaning that it's not the usual way things should go. For example, if you're ill and you've been ill for like a year, that is a challenge, isn't it? If you're married and you really want to give birth to children and you've been married for 5 6 years, that's a challenge. If you have any ailments that you've done anything you can, everything you can do about it, and it's not going, is a challenge as well. Okay, so if you are going through a difficult time, maybe you're married and you're married for maybe 2 3 times 4 times and it hasn't worked for you, that's a huge challenge too. So there are different challenges that we go through. Some is childbirth, some is work. Okay, another example is this: you're working for an organization, you're doing very well, fantastically well at that job, but the job is never consistent. Maybe you get sacked all the time. That is a challenge. But what we're talking about today is this: when you have those challenges, what do you do with them? I want you to be leaving your comments as we watch this video, because the statistic, especially in the UK here, that I know, is that 1 in every 4 person will be going through mental health. We suffer from mental instability. All right. And what is bringing all this? If you know what to do with your challenges, I believe that statistics will drop. That wouldn't come to pass. And that's why I'm here. If you're going through a difficult time, what should you do with it? All right. We can pray about it. We can seek for help from counselors. We can do all sorts. But what do you actually do with that circumstance to help other people and to help yourself? That's what we'll be talking about today. In a difficult time, there are things you can do with it. If you're going through, for example, if you're going through challenges of not giving birth and you've been married for several years and you're going through in-laws pressure, name it, father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law pressure kicking at you, maybe your husband is the one giving you pressure, instead of putting your hand on your chin and getting frustrated, some people will just say, oh, they want to end their life. There's no point doing that. Because when you do that, it means that you are handing your trophy to the enemy. Because the Bible made us understand that the enemy came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Those are the only 3 things it does. So when you're going through a challenge, even though you know you are a child of God and you're still going through, it doesn't mean that God has forgotten you. Could be a time for you to grow your character. Could be a time for you to grow your strength, your spiritual strength. Because when I talk about strength, I'm not talking about the physical strength, no. Your spiritual strength. Because your spiritual strength matters a lot as a Christian. So that's why you should pray more, do some fasting, study the word of God to grow you. But what do you do with the circumstance itself? That challenge, my dear. What advice I will give to you, because I've done it for myself. But the time God gave me that assignment, I said, no, this doesn't align with what I'm doing. I can't do this, because one is that I'm going through a challenge, and the thing is telling me to do, it's talking about triumph and adversity. And I said, yes, I can see the adversity, but triumph, is this a joke? I'm a scientist. Why telling me about writing a book? Why am I writing a book? I don't need that. I didn't even discuss it with anyone. I just kept it on the side. But I haven't written that book. I must tell you that writing a book is very therapeutic. So especially when you've gone through a difficult time. For people who have gone through rejection, pain, things that you cannot even, you know, envision that it was coming and it hit you like a storm, the best way to go out of that is to write a book. Tell a story about it, share it, because it's not, you are not the only one going through it. That is one thing we often forget, that we are not the only one going through those challenges. There are people out there who want to know how you are managing, how you have persevered, how you have turned it around for good. And the one thing you can do to turn it for good without you going to do any course, any training, is writing a book with it. Turning it into a book. We just worked with a client and a friend recently by the name Debbie Olabisi. They are the who wrote her book on her marital journey. We've worked with a client who wrote a book with her, with his fear. So there are different things you can write yours about. I've written mine about adversity. So what are you going through at this minute? I want you to leave a comment. What is it that you're going through? Is it marriage? Some people are willing to get married, but they've done had relationships. It never worked. It has never happened. They wanted to have children. They've prayed. Some of them have gone through different churches. It hasn't worked. Some is just health issues. Thanks for watching. Anyway, thanks. Sorry about that. I've not said thank you. Thank you so much for watching. And please share this link. Sorry, I've not been coming live, so a lot of people be thinking, "Oh, Kate is not doing that video." I'm still doing it, and also one of the reasons why I've not been coming also is a challenge as well. But what do we do with them? Should we put our hand on our chin? Should we cry? No, we should turn them to positivity, because in this life that I've come, I've promised anyone and God Himself that every pain I go through, I will turn my pain to profit. I will turn my sorrow to success, and I'm turn my failures to fulfillment. And that is what I'm also doing for my clients. This is the recent one we did, which was launched on Saturday. So this is it. You can see it. Married for 24 years but living single. All right? The simple strategy to be delivered from the mess. So when you come broken as a vulnerable person, you write your book, we don't leave you there. The Debbie that came to this program is not the Debbie that she is now presently, because she has grown, she has overcome, she's been more confident, she has turned her pain to profit, she has turned her sorrow to success, she has turned her failures to fulfillment, and now she is a celebrity on the front cover of this beautiful magazine. All right, so this is what you can do with your pain. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, right, you're feeling so sorry for yourself, pity party, being in that situation where you say, had I know, my dear, that is what leads to depression. I must say to you that the people who have been depressed or are in mental institute, they are not the ones that have gone through the most challenging times in their life. I must tell you this. The fact that someone have lost their mind doesn't mean that they are the one that have gone through the most challenging situation in their lives. No. This book, for example, when you read this book, Married for 24 Years but Living Single, you will said, "What? Is this real?" It's like a movie. This is one book I've read and I cried. I actually shed tears. I've watched some emotional movies where I can, be emotional, but not reading a book. This is not a book. It's a movie. So what am I saying? Instead of her to put her hand on her chin, feeling sorry for herself, being, putting herself in a situation where she will be regretting, she turned it to a book. Someone who is living from, a glorious life in Nigeria back home, and relocated to the UK, and you see what she's been through in Nigeria, what she went through in this country, and in her marital life, and everything that confronted her outside of marriage, and what she now did with her, where she is today. What step did she take? She shared it here, so she can help you. Also, that is what you should do with life. Challenges, even if it come to you, if it's a plan of the enemy, right? You must turn it to good. You must turn it to something that is positive. Because even if the enemy meant it for evil, God will not allow you to destroy you. Don't feel sorry for yourself, guys. Don't feel sorry for yourself. And don't be feeling that, the whole world have rejected you. Don't feel so. The one thing you must do in any situation you go, please love yourself. If you can't love yourself, you might have just missed the only opportunity to be truly loved. I must say this. Because sometimes people say, I love you, I love you. Why do they love you? You don't ask. If some people should tell you, thanks for joining, please share. If some people tell you the reason why they say they love you, you will even say, please don't love me because of that. But oftentimes, what we say, if somebody says, I love you, we say, I love you too. We are so quick to say that. But I must say to you that if some people tell you the reason they love you, you will just understand that it's for their own selfish gain. They only love you for their own selfish gain, not because they truly love you. And when you love someone because of your selfish gain, is that truly love? No, that is not love. So that is what I'm saying. You must love yourself, no matter the circumstance you're going through, no matter the people around you, no matter the treatment they're giving to you. Don't let them make you to feel, small and feel rejected and feel that you are not important. Listen, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a unique being. Let nobody put you down. All right? It doesn't matter what you think they have achieved in their life that you have not achieved. Please leave that on the side. It takes 1 minute for somebody to lose their breath and everything they have on this planet is gone. You see what I'm saying? Why success is good, why we should live a triumphant life, we should also know that this earth is not our permanent place. So if anyone have anything on this earth and is being, you know, becoming a bully with it, begin to feel pompous and step on people's head, that person lacks something we call wisdom. All right? It's just lack of wisdom. Because the fact that you have something that someone else doesn't have is a privilege. I was sharing an experience with someone recently. When I was in Nigeria, there's this Megad. Megad is a security guard that opened the gates for us. Nigeria, we like all this easy life. You have Megad that open the gate, you drive in, close the gate for you, and if you have anything they need to do in the compound, they help you with it, which is fantastic, which I appreciate a lot. But other people take it for granted. I remember when I traveled to London and I bought this security young boy, it would be about maybe 18, 17 years then. I bought him a t-shirt. Come and see. Some of the neighbors asked him, where did you get this? And he said, Madam bought it for me. Instead of them to say, oh, your t-shirt is nice, do you know they hated that boy? They hated him. They're like, oh, it's this kid that is spoiling this boy. How can he go out to now and buy him t-shirt? Imagine. I mean, God is a human being. That's the way I see people. I don't see people differently. I'm honest to you. Someone that is on the roadside who is a beggar, and someone who is wearing a suit in a corporate office, I don't really see you to be different, honestly. I don't. The respect I will give to the security, to the beggar on the street, I will also come to you. I will give you the same respect. I will not respect you because of you've achieved in life. I will respect you because you're human. All right. And the only thing that make me respect because I have a Lamborghini, okay, to respect me, and I want to be rude, I will put you to. Even the prime minister of this country, anyone in uniform, if you're rude, I'll be rude back to you. I don't care who you are. I'm telling you, I will put you in your place. I don't respect rudeness. Anyone that have come around me must have known that. Respect is something that so important to me. It's one of my core values. I realize that, and since I realize that respect is my core values, I don't deviate from it. All right? So for you to know your core values, you need to know that thing that is so strong within you, that you respect so much, that is part of you. You must respect it. Okay, so what am I saying? Turn your pain to profit, turn your sorrow to success, turn your failure to fulfillment. Because most time what happens is that people hide their pain. Oh, I don't want people to know so that they don't laugh at me. Oh, look at this woman. Is it Osinachi Onwachiku, the Nigerian beautiful gospel artist that passed? Okay, even if we didn't know what she was going through, now she's passed. Do we not know? We are aware now, isn't it? What if she wrote the story herself when she was living? You can imagine. You can imagine how that story will sell and how it will help people too. A lot of people will be interested in the book. People will learn from her, and she will use it to do her business even better. Because people are going through the same thing she's going through, and they are about to take their own lives. So when they now see that, oh, I'm not the only one going through it. Oh, this woman, as hardworking as she is, her husband is still treating her like this. Oh my goodness, this is a lesson to learn. Somebody will learn. There are people who have gone into depression. Some have had health issues, my dear. A lot of health issues in people's life today is the relationship they are keeping. Don't tolerate what you cannot stand, please. Don't say, oh, it will get better, and you're just dying silently. Address issues. I say this. I say marriage is not a must. For many people going through marital problem, I tell them marriage is not a must. But once you decide to get married, you must enjoy it. You see, people are single, they tell them, oh, my child is of age now, it's only pressure from parents. Oh, my son is also years, we need to look for a wife for this son. Oh, to get married, my daughter is of this age. Please, 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 please. Being single and happy, right, is far, far better than being unhappy in marriage. You cannot understand this. If you're in marriage and you're unhappy, that is a suicidal attempt for some people. But we don't need to go there. Don't go there. But when it happens, if you have done everything that you can do and it's not working, don't feel that you have failed. A lot of people say that, oh, it takes two to tango. There's no marriage that we break or that we go sour with the action of one person. I will tell you that that is a general myth. There are marriages that have been destroyed because of the work of one person. I must tell you this, and I will tell you how it happens. If you have a partner and you feel that you're one of them, maybe you have a wife and your wife is very gentle, God fearing, and you're the man, you're looking at your wife like, oh, if I do this, my wife will tolerate me. It doesn't really matter. You keep doing things that hurt this woman, knowing that this woman is a human being. One day she will get frustrated, and even if she doesn't get frustrated, it will start affecting her health. And who want to die because of you? Who want to die in your place? Jesus have already died for the sake of this world and for the sake of myself and yours. So there's no one else that want to die in your place. You must get this. If you want to be married, you must know that you want to be selfless. You must be selfless. You must be the type that listen to what your spouse is feeling. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't really matter. It's not only about you. A lot of us did things we didn't want to do because of marriage. For example, relocating abroad is not something, if someone told me before I moved that, oh, one day I will be living abroad, maybe in my university days, all those days, my modeling career, I wanted to be like Naomi Campbell life, want to love to live in America. But when I got a job, when I grew up, I got my first job and I got my second job, I started traveling to London. I actually asked myself, this is not what I want. I can't live in this kind of place. You see, America, I see cousins, friends that live in America, they share that. I really love Nigeria. I'd rather stay in Nigeria and travel abroad on holiday, to be honest. Africa, for me, is the best continent on this planet. That's the way I see it. But when I go back, people keep complaining. But whenever I go to Nigeria, when I turn left, I see opportunity. When I turn right, I see opportunity. When I turn back, I see opportunity everywhere. And I'm like, what a nation that is this blessed. Why are we crying all over the place, always seeing problem? Are we not seeing the opportunities? There are opportunities back home. So people sell their property, they do everything to run out of Nigeria. Now I'm actually thinking, people are still living. So it means you have not learned anything. Anyway, let's leave that for another day. So what am I saying? Turn your pain to profit. Turn your sorrow to success. Turn your failure to fulfillment. Don't die with your story, because there's no one. There's no one on this planet that will tell your story better than you. And I must say to you that story sells. Don't hide it. Don't say, oh, people will laugh at me. Look at this woman now, as I said, Dosinachi Onwachiku, that passed, that the husband was beating her. She was enduring it. She was enduring it. Enduring her marriage. Oh, she wants to, secure her marriage. Listen, marriage only work when two committed human adults are ready to make it work. If one party say no, this marriage must break, and one you're saying yes, you know where it's going to hit you? You're going to hit the rock. I'm telling you this. It's not going to go well with your health. It's not going to go well with you. Cannot perform to optimum. Look at couples that are loving each other. Look at how they work. In organization where they go to, you will know that this person is happy at home. They'll be more productive. If you're managing an enduring marriage, you're not going to be productive in your life. I remember a family friend was sharing with me late last year. She said, do you know, I know of 8 families, 8. Their children gained admission into uni and they all went their separate ways. What does that tell you? They've been enduring marriage. They've been commanding children and they thought they were married. Yes, you heard me right. So many people out there, they are commanding, they are sharing houses, they are flatmates, and they are calling themselves husband and wife. No. The fact that you live under the same roof, looking after your children, doesn't mean that you are married. Maybe you went to the altar to say, yes, I do. Marriage doesn't stop there. That's where it should start. Okay? So when you come home, what you do, that is what makes you know that yes, you are married or not. There are things you must do together as couples. If you're not working things together, you're not loving yourself, you are not playful. Some partner, the only time they talk serious talk is when they want to pay bills. Apart from that is argument, nagging. That is not marriage, please. That is not marriage. You can have children without being married. You can adopt. If your main reason for getting married is to because that happened to you. If your main reason of getting married is just to have children, is a very wrong thing, because marriage is a total package. All right, marriage is a total package. These are some of the things that are causing stress for people, challenges here and there, but it's a total package. Once you want to get married, you must be willing to embrace the total package. Don't say, oh, I want this one from it, I want that from it, and everything in marriage is sweet. God ordained marriage to, that this earthware is so stressful. He will created somebody, a partner for you. So when you come back home, you share your burden, you play together, you be romantic to each other, you get intimacy together. That is why God created it. You can plan your future together, do things together. But when it's not like that, and you call that marriage, you need to go back to counseling, you need to go back to the church, wherever you did your marriage, to start having talk with you, so you can know that that is not marriage. The fact that you wear your ring in your hand doesn't mean you're married, please. The fact that you went to the altar to wear a wedding gown doesn't mean you're married. You must be married when you know how to live with your partner as friends. And for people who say, oh, 50th anniversary, I don't get moved. Because the 50th anniversary many people are celebrating is just the 50th anniversary of suicidal attempts. That is what they're celebrating, of pain, of sorrow. That is what people are celebrating. So what am I saying? Don't endure it. And if you're going through challenging time, don't say you want to hide it. Because some people now, most of us, we lost our grandparents, we don't even know what killed them. People will lose their family members, they don't know what killed them. No autopsy, even the illness that they hide it. And because they hide it, that same illness will come and kill someone else. I had my childhood friend tell me some years ago, she said, oh, after my uncle died, the wife died. I said, oh, what? And the daughter again died. I said, no, you need to check it. There must be some. He said, no, it's attack. People kill them. I said, listen, I know there is devil out there. I wish the devil could just repent. Honestly, I wish the devil could just repent, even for a few minutes. Repent and see what the devil will even say. You will know that a lot of things that we accuse the devil of, the devil doesn't even have a clue. You know why? Someone made a joke some time ago, said he was having a testimony in church. And that, as he was sharing the testimony, saying, devil did this, devil did that, and devil was watching at the window. And devil put hand on the chair and said, what? I'm not even aware of this. I didn't even know that happened. Because so many of us have given so much power to the devil. I know devil could be powerful, but it's not as powerful as we think devil is. Okay? We help the devil to get empowered. Let me say it that way. We help the devil to get empowered. Devil don't have so much power we think devil has. We have more power because God have given us power to tread upon serpents and scorpions, and it shall not misHurt us. What does that tell you? It means that you are greater than the devil. But what happens is that we empower the devil. Okay, when you empower the devil, then what happens? When you have a bullet to protect yourself, and you have a gun and a bullet to protect yourself, and you lay it down for your enemy to take, then you're powerless. That's what we do. And we do that through sin. When you commit sin and you don't fear God, you're disobedient. God tell you A, you say no, it's B, you want to do. You're empowering the devil. That's what I have done myself. When God said to me, write the book Triumph in the Midst of Adversity, I said, what? Triumph in the midst of adversity. My two children were in hospital, going in and out, we're waiting for a residency. Where's the triumph? If you say adversity, I want to bet triumph in the midst of adversity, and also writing a book. What is a book? What am I going to write a book for? I'm a scientist. Why will I write a book? What would I didn't even talk about it. I just kept it aside. I said, that must be a joke. I kept it aside. 2 years after, God reminded me, what about the book you were told to write? I was shocked when I heard that voice. What about the book you were told to write? Triumph. I said, I've even forgotten about the title. I was like, oh, this is serious now. For after 2 years getting a reminder, that means this is really serious. God really meant me to write this book. Oh, shoot. So I said I forgot about it. The title, I was honest. The only word I could remember was Triumph. I couldn't remember the other part because I didn't take it seriously. But it reminded me the title. I wrote it somewhere. I can't even remember where I wrote it, but I know that I know the name, but I still didn't write it. That is how stubborn we can be. And what that stubborn, that's disobedience. You might think disobedience is only when you fornicate, when you tell lies, when you steal. Sin is a sin before God. I'm telling you. That disobedience that I made, if you know what that cost. Because I just realized recently that if I actually had written that book at the time God asked me to write it, that book would have sold more, would have reached out to the people that need it. No, because I was in the midst of people that need that book at the time. You see, I was going in and out of hospital. It got to a time that hospital was even like a permanent home for us. They leave this mighty big room waiting for us all the time because the ambulance will be bringing us, myself and my two children soon. So if I had written the book in the hospital, do you know how many people who that book would have helped? And that was the same time God led us to meet a celebrity who would have helped us to showcase that book all over the world. But I missed the opportunity. I was pursuing my own goal. And if I tell you, in pursuing my own goal, I empower the enemy. So you should learn from it. Don't give enemy the power that they don't have over you. When you disobey God, when you commit sin, when you don't love people, you don't love humanity, you think you want to love only people that are your friend, your siblings, you are just empowering the devil. You cannot say you are for God and you are holding the material of the devil in your hand. That is where Christians miss it. My child will say, Mommy, you are just a perfect person. I say, no, I'm not. There's no human being under this planet that is perfect. But what I don't do to people, I will not do to you what I don't want to happen to me. What I don't want to accept from anyone, I will not do to you. What I know that I cannot do in the public, I will not do in the secret. You see, what I know that if I do this, God will not be happy with me, I will not do it. Because I've learned in many ways. We think disobedience is only when you go and fight. I don't fight anybody. I don't cause people, but there are ways I've been disobedient, and those disobedient, and God did not find them easy. They take it lightly because I got warning from them. I remember a man of God. God said to me, and that's the man of God that even joined us in our matrimony. He said, "Tell him that as he's been transferred to Abuja branch, then I was living in Abuja as the Federal Capital Territory. He said, tell him that as he's been transferred to the Abuja branch, that should beware of women." Oh, come and see me. I'm not even the person that I am now. I was more shy, more reserved. I asked myself, I said, God, this is not possible. This man of God, how will I go and tell him he should beware of women? Anyway, he's not even a womanizer. I've known this man. I've never made passes to anybody around me that I know or myself. How will I go and be telling him? He's a married man. How will I go and tell him to beware of women in the Abuja branch that's been transferred to? I said, no, I won't say it. Oh, and I went ahead. You know how our brain work, our mind. And I went ahead and said, you know what? He will even be saying, when the sister, this person, Sister Onome, because my native name is Onome, when the Sister Onome start joining this kind of group of gossip, I thought she was a gentle, respectful lady in this church. We all respect her. When did she join this kind of group? That's what I was just saying on my head. And I said, no, I'm not going to tell this pastor this. He will not do that. He's not that kind of person. Oh my God, guess what? One day my phone rang. I picked it. It was the chief usher in my church. He called me. Have you heard what happened to? I said, good afternoon, man. I said, have you heard what happened to your daddy? I said, which of them? Because we have the general overseer and we have our. He said, Pastor, so person. I said, no. Guess what? He said, she said to me, he has impregnated a woman in the Abuja branch and he has been suspended. Oh my goodness. Immediately he told me that. I felt so bad. If you see the burden I had on me, that burden didn't leave me. And God never gave me any word again for 2 good years. No message for nobody. Say I want to be stubborn. I don't even dream how much more to hear voice of God speaking to me. I don't hear nothing. God never gave me any message, no assignments. I was so miserable. And I felt, how can somebody live like this? I never understood that people can live like that there's possibility for you not to just hear anything from God giving you words. Oh my God, it was frustrating for me. I started asking God for forgiveness because I didn't want to be in that situation. So what am I saying to you? Don't empower the devil. And when you devil is fighting at you, don't put yourself in a situation where the devil will feel empowered. No, don't. Turn your pain to profit. Turn your sorrow to success and turn your failure to fulfillment. Okay? Okay, let me remind you of another friend who was building his house in Lekki then. And he said he would be moving to his house. Even when he was in America, he spoke to us in America. He said he's going to get his Jeep. Then he will move to his house with the Range Rover. After months after, God said to me, I should tell him that before he move into that house, he should tell his mother to pray in that house before he moves in. Me, I told him. But I didn't follow up. You see, I told him, but I knew that shortly after I moved in, after some time I didn't hear from him. One day I said, what who is this person? Maybe they went to America with his family on holiday. One day he called me, I'm like, are you still alive? What happened? He said, do you want me dead? I said, no, I'm just saying that because you just disappeared, I've been calling you, you just scared everybody. He said, I've been sick. I almost died. I was like, what? What happened? He said he's going to share it in his testimonial. He will tell his friends. I said, okay. So keep praying for him, praying for him. He's been fine. Then later, one day, it was online that this man collapsed and died. So when God gives you an assignment, don't think about what people take you for or what they know you for. Because that is what I used to do. I'll say, me, then I was like, I'm working now. They don't know me as a minister of God. So why will I be following people up with all those kind of messages? Even God told me now I don't disobey anymore. I've told him, and that's where I end. But do you know whether I did it or not? I didn't know. I didn't follow up. So what I'm telling you, God can use you. Even the challenges that you're going through, maybe God is just allowing it to build you up so you can help people going through it. Things I've been through in my life now, when somebody comes to me and tell me, oh, I'm going through this, I will not be judgmental. Because sometimes you see people looking so well and they come and tell you about their problem, you'll be like, this person, I'm not sure. You just want to come and make up stories. No. You see, I have learned. Okay, so now I can look after people who are indeed going through a lot, and I know how to reach out to them. Maybe if I didn't go through the challenges I've been through, I might be thinking that I'm a genius by now. Okay, if I didn't go through all those challenges by now, I might be thinking that, oh, if somebody tell me they are broke, I might be thinking that, oh, they are lazy, that's why they are broke. You see what I mean? I might be thinking they are lazy because people who are living in Nigeria, you're holding pounds, and somebody living in London telling you they are broke, you'll be thinking that they are lazy, honestly. So God knows what He's doing sometimes when He allows certain challenges to come our ways. Even the ones that we allowed through the enemy taking advantage of, our weakness, spiritual weakness, also God can help us to turn that to good. So this is one. This is the one that the recent one we turned to a book, and this is the one of our other clients that we work with. Where is it? That one is on fear. He turned his fear into a book. Conquer. He said he now help people to say conquer your fear. So he conquered his fear, and this is the one we did on racism, where we saw how George Floyd was killed in America, which was challenging, and how the black race has been traumatized and the other races have been traumatized with racial discrimination. We came together, team up. I called for help for a meeting to address racism, because there must be as a human being on this planet, you must think of solving problems. You don't be on the side and say, hey, if this problem happen, I want to run. Don't be running away. Look for how to solve it. Okay? Because if everyone on this planet look for ways to solve problem in every corner, this world will be a better place for us. Okay, there's something that you can do. Please. Okay, so this one is the one I wrote when that's the one God said I should write. In 2007, I didn't write. Until 2017, I now said, you know what? I now believe that this book is part of my life journey. Imagine 10 years after, what a disobedient child. This is the book. All right? And it became bestseller in 3 categories shortly within 3 months of publish. All right, so this is it. You have to listen. And if you're thinking, oh God, how does God speak to someone? God speaks all the time. It's how can you hear Him? That's what you should be asking yourself. For you to hear God, you need to intentionally tell yourself you want to stay away from sin, because this world now, they make sin to be a normal thing. You see, sin is become a normal life. So if you don't want to sin, they think you're abnormal. So please stay away from sin and stay from disobedience. Disobedience can come in different ways. When God look at you, say, take this shirt, go and give to that person. Go and give it to that person. Don't ask, oh, why will I give it to that person? Does that person give me money? Or give it. God might tell you, say, go and do this. Touch these people in this area. Be encouraging them with words. Be encouraging people. Don't say, no, I can't encourage them because me, I need encouragement myself. Don't do that. Because when I went into fasting to pray for my children, what God told me for answer to my prayer, you will not believe it. He told me to start a show, okay, a talk show to encourage people. That's what He told me. I was praying for my children, how they can be well. But He said I should go and be encouraging those who are going through a difficult time. That's the answer I got from that prayer. Okay? And this is the book I wrote after the triumph in the midst of adversity. When I was going through another challenging time, my child was not in school. It was hard to do anything. You can't walk. You can't do anything. And I asked myself, if people are not in my situation, how can they actually read a book? How can they read a book? Because then, if you bring the book out, the child might even repeat. So how can you read a book that is still, that you have to concentrate to read a chapter to get it? So I read this one that you can read few lines. You can see it is quotes for 365 days. So if you read Like, let me tell you now, the first one is obey the season, no matter how enjoyable summer is. It cannot be exchanged for winter. These are words of wisdom. Some of them are words I hear in the house. God used to encourage me in that challenging time. After a while, I said, no, these things are power. These words are powerful. If I can benefit from it, it can also help someone else. So I decided to put it into writing and add some of my other quotes I had before to make it 365 days. Okay, and since the day 2 1 is the day you realize that murmuring and complaint will not change your situation, but action would, you will choose to take action. You see this? These are the words of motivation. So you can see it took me only how many seconds or a minute to read it. Then the day 3 says that when you are constantly worrying about what others are saying, you will fail to hear what you are saying about you. You see, because sometimes people worry about what people say about them so much, and they don't worry about what they are saying about themselves. So these are the words of motivation. And I did this book and I dedicated it to God Almighty and to my daughter on my 47th birthday. Okay. So this one is on Amazon as well. All my books are on Amazon. If you put Katie Rebo on Amazon, you get my books. My books are to help you genuinely to live a better version of yourself. They are self-help book, motivational book, and self-development book. So those are books that you should be reading to build your inner strength. Don't say, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I don't want to do anything, oh, then you get into depression, then you stop working, then you start getting up. That life will just be going backward for you. Build your inner strength. In this world, human beings, we are warriors. Okay, there's a warrior within you, but you need to feed that warrior. You need to work it out so that you don't collapse when the challenge comes. Okay, because the Bible said that even when the enemy shall come like a flood, that the Spirit of God in us will lift up a standard against them. That's so true. And also know this, that the tougher your challenges get, yeah, that the stronger you should become. All right, when the challenges are coming, just be stronger, because the stronger you become, then you can withstand every storm. With these books, you can become unstoppable. And I'm working on my marital book, a book where I share my marital journey, and how to help people, and how to actually have a successful marriage if you are that type that truly want to enjoy it. The title of this book is Marriage is to be Enjoyed, Not Endured. It's on Amazon. Pre-order for half price the ebook, and by next week the book will be out and will be going full price. So please don't put your hand on the chin. All right? If someone tell me one day, Kate, you will be separated from your husband, I will not believe it. But it got to a time I could see it coming. All right? Because when God has sent you for an assignment, if your partner is the one that want to stop the assignment, God will separate the two of you. Even God will allow the separation. All right? So I want to say thank you for watching. Please, if you really want to turn your story into a best-selling book, we work with you from start to finish, from the book cover, the editing. If you don't even have, you might be saying, Kate, but I don't really know how to write. Don't worry, provided you can understand English, that's all you need. If you can write in simple English, that's all you need. And if you can have 1 hour a week with me, that's all you need. Then after the 1 hour, if you can have 2 hours to per chapter, that's all you need. My coaching and strategic consultation help you to become an author under 12 weeks, just within 12 weeks. Only you finished. All right? So it's not as hard. People have been taught how to write book the hard way, books that people don't read. All right? One, we don't just write book, we write book that are engaging, book that are transformational. If your story will not change life, if you will not impact anybody, we don't want to publish such books. The books we write, if you read any of our books we have worked on under our program, they are transformational books. They are books that will transform life. That people will read, they will go and have a shift in their life. That is what we want. And even the person that come to me broken, they want to write their book. By the time they finish with the book, 12 weeks program with me, they are not the same person that I met. I must say this. Anyone that come on this program, the first day they come and meet me, say they want to write this book, the first 2 2nd week, I can see them getting stronger, getting empowered. Before they finish the program, they become a celebrity. So you can be the same. I thank God now that before, when God told me to go on this path, I fought it. You see, that's disobedience. And I know what I got from that. I was pursuing what God said, go this way, I see no it's that way. And I was spending money and I was losing money. I'm telling you. Because we think we know so much. But now I know that it's only God's will for my life that I want to happen. It doesn't matter what I plan for myself. The moment God said, Kate, this is the way you should go, oh my goodness. My own plan, I pack it up. I follow what God is saying because I know that can do. Disobedience empowers the enemy. If you don't want the enemy to have power over your life, what you must do is to leave sin alone and obey God and love. If you can love people, love humanity, be kind hearted, love people genuinely, don't do good for people because you want to get something back. And how I show love, I care for the elderly. That's another way I do it. I support the elderly. So I visit them with my own, buy them stuff, call them, check them up, go and visit them as I'm going. I talk to them before I go. I know what they need and other things I can buy for them, and I buy and I go and give them. You don't have to be a millionaire before you can love humanity, because God loves us so much that He created us in His own likeness and image. So I want to say thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye. And God bless you. And please, if you really want to write your book, get in touch. The email is kate.tmatriumph@gmail.com. If you are looking for someone that is genuine, who want to truly help you, that is where you should come. Because in our services, your success is our motivator. We don't pursue the money. The money, we want it, but it's not what motivates us. So please, if you pay the money, make yourself available, because we want your success. That is the thing that motivates me. That is the motivator for us at Triumph in the midst of adversity, because I believe I'm working in my calling. So now my calling is not a job. Honestly, I'm a scientist, but now my science degrees are on the corner. I am now a life coach, a strategic consultant, and a publisher, and an international public speaker, majoring on motivational speeches and leadership. All right. So thank you and God bless you. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please share. Okay, and leave your feedback. I want to hear what you think. Okay, if you need help in any area, also get in touch. It's TMA kate.tmatriumph@gmail.com. All right. So kate.tmatriumph is Tango Romeo Indigo Uniform Mike Papa Hotel at gmail.com. All right. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.